welcome back to the channel, guys. It's that time of the year. We have another tier list of the top 2024 Storm, Bird Group, and 900 global releases. It's a very anticipated, very asked for series, so I'm gonna do my best to show you guys what my favorites were this year. Share with me your favorites down in the comment section down below, and as always, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're not already, if you're enjoying the content, and let's get into it. All right, so I'm gonna describe for those of you that have not been on one of these videos before what our tier list categories are. At the top, we have the nut. Those are the best of the best, the god balls, the ones you got to have in your bag. Those are pretty much the go-to balls, even though I don't like using that term. But the go-to balls are what these are. Next category down is a rice bowl. It is a staple in Asian cuisine, which I am. So these are basically the balls that you got to bring with you to tournaments no matter what. In the next category, we have the thumbs up. These are balls that I think are pretty good, but maybe they overlap with another ball that I think is a little bit better that can be used in a little more variety of situations. But I still think the ball is good. So there's a time and a place for it, and maybe it's just not a staple in the bag, but does make appearances at tournaments here and there. Category number 4 is a car. You may be asking, why not an airplane, or why not a boat? When I can drive, I can bring as many bowling balls as I want. When I fly, I usually only bring 6. But for the car, we can bring as many as we want. These are the balls that stay in the car. They're not the first ones to go into the bowling center. Those are the staples. These are in the car if I need them. Typically pretty niche bowling balls. Balls that I'm not like, yeah, I gotta bring this one. It's more of a, if I see the situation, maybe it'll look good. Maybe it won't. I don't know. And the last category, which I don't think any bowling balls will go into, it's usually ones that I have only seen go down the lane and I haven't thrown, hence the eyes. Those are our categories. Let's get started. We're gonna start with the Optimum Idol. Now, I have to put this one in. This is a tough one. It's on the cusp. It's kind of on the fence. I've thrown this one a lot this year. I had some success with it. I threw it at team trials. I liked it a lot there. It is an idol. The idol was a nut ball. It's not quite an idol. I don't think it's quite as... You can't use it across as many things. It's a little, I think it's a little, I'm talking too much. Let's just put it in the, that's a staple for now. You can argue with me in the comment section if it's a nut ball or if it's not, but I'm gonna put it there for now. I think you gotta have some kind of ball like that, like a phase 2 Optimum Idol. There's another ball later in the tier list that could go there, but you gotta have something like this in the bag, so it's gonna be a staple for now. We have Absolute Power now. It's got that, it's unique in that it has a really weak cover and it's got a really strong core. Now that pairs well for long patterns for me, and I threw the Absolute Power a good amount on the long patterns. They were also pretty good. Actually, this ball was pretty good across the board, but because it's a little more niche with the weak cover and the strong core, I'm gonna put it in the thumbs up category. It's kind of hard. I have my set staple kinds of bowling balls. Absolute Power is one that I kind of try to fit in there when I can. It's not one that I'm like, yeah, I gotta bring it everywhere. Niche bowling balls like this could either be, I throw it on everything, I throw it all the time, or I fit it in where I can. This ball started as I throw it everywhere, but it kind of turned into a where can I fit it? And making this tier list makes me want to drill one again. Okay, well, moving on, we have the Harsh Reality. I'm gonna put this one in the thumbs up category because there are just other bowling balls that I throw over this one in that realm of strong asymmetric bowling balls. So big cover, big core. That's what you throw typically at the beginning of a block. I'm a big gem guy. I'm a big reality guy. And when this ball came out, I still had realities. I was still throwing them. So this one got a little overshadowed because the reality was so good. I kind of wish they just kept making the reality, to be honest. But thumbs up, still a good ball, just not one that I threw a lot. All right, Attention Star. It's a nut ball. It's a ball that is in the bag of most Storm bowlers. It's just one of the best balls that have come out this year, in my opinion, and I think a lot of other people share this opinion as well. Potentially ball of the year, and I say that only because bowling balls released towards the end of the year didn't really get a fair shot because they were released at the end of the year. 2024 tier list is tough. I almost feel like I should use the back half of the previous year and the beginning half of the current year because these balls just don't get enough play throughout the year to make fair assessments, but this is how we do it. If you guys want to see a change, let me know in the comment section down below. Like the video, and more importantly, subscribe if you haven't. Okay, Exponent Pearl. This one was also a thumbs up ball. I actually really liked the way it rolled. I just never really, I didn't throw it a lot. Yeah, I had spots where I threw it and it rolled really good in those spots, but maybe it was just the amount of oil we bowled on tour that didn't allow the weak balls to really shine. I think it's a good ball. I don't think we make it anymore. I don't think we make the original anymore either. So clearly it wasn't a super popular ball, but personally I liked it. Good enough for a thumbs up. All right, we have Summit Peak, and I have heard a lot of different opinions on this one. One of the greatest house shot balls of all time. It's got a weak cover. It's got a strong core. That bodes well for playing a little bit straighter in League. You can be a little more aggressive with your ball speed. Throw it at the hook. The core is going to get it to pick up in the middle of the lane. Cover is going to get through the front. My brother is partners with Chris Vine. They own TV Bowling Supply, and they sold a ton of these. And they had a lot of honor scores come out with them. So not a staple for me, and just based on that, I'm going to put it in the thumbs up category. Personally, I didn't throw it a ton. I love the colors. I don't know if I just wasn't a big Summit guy, because the original one I didn't throw much, but the original one came out when my elbow was peak busted. Pretty much all the balls in that era didn't really get a fair shot from me, but I'm putting that one there. Moving on to the DNA Coil. I like this ball a lot. Big ball, strong cover, clean. A lot of terms that may be a little confusing to some of our newer bowlers watching the video at the moment, and if you guys need some help with that, check out howtobowl.com, source of learning from myself, also Anthony Simonson, and we're looking to get some more input from a lot of other people moving forward. So if you guys want to check that out, it's always growing, always evolving, and we're just trying to help you get better and help you along your journey. I'm gonna put this one in the staple category because you gotta have a ball like that. I know the Attention Star's up there. DNA Coil for me was a little stronger, a little earlier, read the body of the lane a little bit more than the Attention Star, because the Attention Star's got a fairly weak cover. But I'm not gonna put it in the nut category because it's just not a ball that comes into play as much. But I did throw it a good amount. I had a fair amount of success with it. Used it at the Open Championships this year on the longer pattern, and I made a good amount of bracket money with it. So DNA Coil, yep. I don't even remember Hustle Bree. I didn't throw this one, so this one's going in the eyeball category. I did throw the X-Ray. This one's gonna go in the car. So hustles are pretty, I don't want to say hit or miss. The Hustle Rip is my favorite one that's currently being made, just because it reminds me the ink rolls very similar, and the ink was my favorite of all time in the Hustle line. These are the best bang for your buck bowling balls that I could recommend. The Hustle line allows for a good price, really good performance that even the pros still throw. So I highly recommend the Hustles if you guys are getting into bowling and you're not really sure what to get. The Hustle line is, you can't go wrong. Pick your favorite color. I know they're solid hybrid pearl, but in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't really matter as much as how much surface is on your bowling ball. The texture, whether it's clean and shiny or if it's dull, that matters way more than hybrid, solid, pearl. Hustle X-Ray will stay in the car for me, but definitely a ball that comes into play every once in a while. Next, we have the Road. Unfortunately, I think the Road was probably one of the biggest disappointments that we've had, because it was the successor to one of the greatest bowling balls ever released, the High Road. This is an AI version of the High Road. Now, where I think this may have gone wrong, I kind of wish they just reskinned it. Same colors, different logo. I think that would have banged. That would have been huge. But I think the red made it read a little earlier, as well as the strong. Well, I think it had a stronger cover too, so that could be why. It just put it in a really funny spot. This one I'm gonna put in the car too. I don't think it's a bad ball, but I don't think it's the greatest ball out there. But we have one that takes the cake a little later. You guys could probably guess. You could see it on the screen. But okay, next we have the Lightning Blackout. This one kind of came out of nowhere. It was kind of a curveball for us. Weak cover, low diff, medium RG, which is a ball that's very different for us. And I feel like these kinds of balls are ones that they make because we ask for something different, and then we get something different, and then we go, it's not as good as what we have. So we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot. But if it doesn't hit on the nail what we're looking for, then unfortunately we kind of just leave it in the car. This ball does do cool things. The one thing I don't like about it is that it is on the weaker side, so it kind of misses the spot. So it's hard for me to get a little more aggressive with it. I have to be very careful with my speed. Maybe it's just layouts I haven't figured out with this ball, but anytime someone tells you have to put a certain layout on a bowling ball, that's not what makes a great bowling ball, in my opinion. Great bowling balls, you can put the pin wherever you want, and the ball still rolls amazing. This is just unfortunately not one of those balls. I try to be as transparent as possible on my channel without, I'm not gonna go too deep into it. But anyways, ball goes in the car. It's kind of niche. Ball's super continuous relative to everything else we have. This ball, when it rolls the right way, it just doesn't stop. It's kind of crazy, but getting it to roll the way I want it to more often is another story. All right, moving on, we have the Tropical Surge, solid. It's got a stronger cover than your traditional Tropical Surge, which I think is really cool. A ball that I kind of want to throw a little more. I have a two-handed one, only drilled a two-handed one. I think it's really good. It's kind of like a baby IQ Tour-ish type of ball. IRG though, so if you need a ball that's weak, but still, doesn't roll like a Tropical Surge or Storm, this is your ball. I'm really tempted to put it in the thumbs up category, but if I have it, I'm bringing it for a specific reason. So with that, I can't put it in the thumbs up, so we're gonna put it there. All right, our next couple of balls were super hyped up, and I think one of them lived up to the hype pretty well. The Ion Pro. This ball was, I want to say, the successor to the Tour Dynamics, but this ended up being kind of a different ball. A little cleaner than I would think for the benchmark marketing, but I still think it's a ball that's been thrown by a lot of people. It rolls really good. I don't know why I don't throw it very much. I think it's just because I don't really know when to throw it, and I have all these other bowling balls that kind of fit slots, so it's hard for me to put it into a spot. So I'm gonna put it in the stable category just because I know how good it is, and I agree it does roll really well. My two-handed one rolls amazing. Just with how traditional I get with the kinds of bowling balls I want in my bag, it's hard for me to figure out when to throw this one. But I do think it's the kind of ball that you need in your bag. So maybe not my bag. Maybe I speak for all the other people that I watch throw it. But this one should be a staple. All right, next we have the XL. This one's a ball that I didn't really throw a ton, so I don't think it's fair to throw it above the absolute power because I think they're very similar. Weaker cover, strong core. I have to put in the thumbs up because I do think it's a great ball, but I put the absolute power there, so the XL's got to go there too. Mikey loves this ball, and he's been selling a lot of them in his shop, so I don't know. Yeah, moving on, we got Harsh Reality. That's another ball, just did not get a fair at bat. This one's going to be a thumbs up ball. I do think it's the kind of ball that you need in your bag. You got to have a clean ASIM ball, bigger cover. That's not the Attention Star. The Attention Star is a weaker cover, smaller cover, so to speak. Oh, it's tough, man. I didn't throw the Harsh Realities much at all, but hey, maybe this upcoming tour season I'll drill one. We still ball in a lot of oil. I think it's a ball that can come into play. I think this was a summertime release too, so didn't really see a whole lot of lane time. If you like the Altered Reality, this is supposed to be the replacement. We have the Sublime Focus. This is another thumbs up ball for me. I think it's a little rounder off the spot than the Optimum Idol, but still fits in the same category. You gotta have your strong symmetric ball in your bag. This is another option, just a little rounder. So if you have trouble with your ball getting off the spot too hard, this is gonna be a perfect ball for you because there's no density puck in it, so that doesn't get the ball to crank as hard when it sees the spot. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, again, go to howtobowl.com and check that out. But yeah, Sublime Focus, gonna go in the thumbs up category for me. It's a ball that I see myself throwing, but it's not, I'm picking the Optimum Idol over the Sublime Focus just because the Idol's just been so good for so long. It's hard to put Sublime Focus over that. All right, Summit Ascent. It's another ball that I like a lot, but I don't know if I could put it in the stable category just because this kind of fits the same slot as the Optimum Idol, but it's got a weaker cover. I'm seeing a theme here. We got weaker covers and strong cores, but I don't really know when to throw them. Obviously, this one is going to be thrown a little more when they're hooking a lot in the front of the lane, so this would be better than the Optimum Idol in that situation. I know Chris loves this ball. I don't know a lot of other people that throw this ball a lot, but I'm going to put this in the thumbs up category as well. I think it makes sense. Maybe for the tour season moving forward, we'll drill a pin down one for the places that hook a lot in the front of the lane. They get a little messy. We could play a little bit straighter with this one, but still have the strength of the core to do the thing. Optimum Idol Pearl, or you guys watch the league videos. If you guys haven't seen that episode, check it out. It's pretty cool. I like this one. Ooh, yeah, we do need a clean symmetric ball in the rice bowl category. I don't know if it's going to be this one or the other one that's in the same realm. For me right now, as we're recording this is it's New Year's Eve, and I have already thrown another ball that fits in this category, but comes out next year, 2025, that I actually like, I think, the most out of these three. Ooh, I'm going to put this one in the thumbs up category. This ball did help us to a gold medal in the team event, Pan Am in Reno over the summer, which I love because my urethane ball was not doing the same thing everyone else's urethane ball was doing, but this ball was doing the thing for me. So that's all that matters, is that you got the thing going for you, right? Optimum Idol Pearl. You got to have your clean symmetric ball in there too to pair with your solid dull symmetric strong piece. So I don't like having the same core in the bag if you only have 6 bowling balls. So if you're going to go Optimum Idol Pearl, I would probably go Sublime Focus or Phase 2. But if you want to go Optimum Idol, the solid one, then you could go with Phase AI or something like that. The next one's Road Warrior. This one, I'm going to put this one in the nut category because they discontinued the High Road Pearl. The last couple of High Road Pearls I drilled, I did not love. And then I drilled this thing. And I threw it today practicing for Team USA trials. And I haven't thrown it in a while. And my mouth was open. Jaw hit the ground. Just watching this ball do the thing. This ball does the thing. I like this ball a lot. This ball does a thing. Road Warrior is our brand new High Road Pearl. And honestly, the High Road Pearl has done a lot, but this ball could be better. And I am a High Road Pearl lover, but throwing this ball, We're gonna have to wait and see. It's gonna get some action for sure, but we're gonna have to wait and see. But I think it's a nut ball. All right, Phase AI. This ball is what it was very anticipated. You know, everyone saw the AI with Phase coming because we were just slapping AI on everything. So here it is, way stronger than I thought it was gonna be. It's a Pearl Phase, but it still reads the lane pretty early. So if you need a little more help, a little more crank, this one's gonna give it to you. Haven't quite thrown it enough in the field to really get an assessment, but I do think a ball like this is a staple in the bag. I kind of put my staple balls, I try to formulate some kind of arsenal in the staple category to give you guys a good idea. If you don't know what to put in your bag and you want to see some differences between bowling balls, this is kind of what you get. There we go. We're gonna put Phase AI in the staple category. I think it's a ball that could potentially be in the nut category. We'll see how the season goes and how 2025 goes. And we have Ion Max coming up. I think this actually came out before the Phase AI. Ion Max, this one's I want to put it in the nut category, but I don't know if I can. It's gonna be a staple. We're rounding out our staple category quite nicely. We have Optimum Idol Pearl, which is our strong symmetric. We have a DNA Coil in there, which is our cleaner asymmetric ball, still large. Ion is a largely low diff ball, also asymmetric, so it gives it a little more kick when it sees the spot. Phase AI is going to be a clean symmetric ball, and Ion Max is going to be our biggest of the big in that category. First ball out of the bag, break the lanes down with this, or if you need it for game one, this is going to be your first ball out of the bag, typically. I've thrown this ball a lot, honestly. I've been bowling on a lot of oil. I've been bowling on a lot of long patterns, and it's been good all across the board. If I'm playing right at 20, it's been great. Left of 20, I'm probably throwing other balls, to be honest. I like Gem. Ion Max is kind of taking the spot of reality in my bag. It doesn't create as much shape as the reality, but it fits the bill for what I used it for. It's usually pinned down, smoother, I play straighter with it, and then the Gem I can open up the lane a little more with. But yeah, I like Ion Max a lot. It's in my bag everywhere I go. Okay, these next few balls are gonna be a little tricky because I haven't bowled a lot of tournaments with them. I am going to put the Origin in the thumbs up category. I haven't thrown this one a lot, but I see a lot of people throw it, and I see it roll really good for a lot of people. For now, it's gonna be a thumbs up ball, and that is gonna be in the same category as DNA Coil. So it's hard for me to put Origin in the staple category and have too many of the same balls there. It's gonna go in the thumbs up category. I think it's a ball that's gonna get some play for sure. I just need to drill more of them. Moving along, I have S2. This is tricky. Where do we put the S2? Man, so it's another one of those weaker cover balls with stronger cord, just like the Attention Star. I think it's really good. I like it a lot. I just don't know when I'm gonna throw it because when I get to that part of the lane, I'm probably throwing an Attention Star, to be honest. I'm going into team trials with a one-handed S2 and a two-handed Attention Star. So that's my justification there. Man, I feel really bad about putting this one in the Rice Bowl category for the reason that I said the Origin's not going there because of the DNA Coil. But there's nothing really like the Attention Star in the Rice Bowl category, so whatever. We're just gonna do it. We're putting it there. It's just a more textured version of the Attention Star. A little earlier, a little smoother, but same great Attention Star. All right, last but definitely not least, I was actually really excited for this one. And I'm gonna do a little foreshadowing because I haven't thrown this ball much at all, but I'm gonna put it in the nut category because it's a physics. I love the physics. The physics was one of the best bowling balls I've ever thrown. And when I saw they were coming out with a Blackout AI version, like, what could be better? With no evidence whatsoever, no arguments, nothing. I can't vouch for this ball in any other way other than it says physics, it's black, and when I throw it, I love the way it rolls. So yeah, there we go. That is my tier list for 2024, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys agree or disagree with me, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll try to comment a little more on this video just because I want to see what your guys' thoughts are. Let me know if there are any other tier lists you guys want me to do. Scents, specific bowling balls, maybe just best bowling balls I've ever thrown. And that's a hard one because they'd all just go in the nut category. But anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. If you made it this far, it would help us out a lot if you guys smash the subscribe button. Also, slap that like if you enjoyed it. I mean, obviously, if you made it this far, you either really enjoyed the video or you're just trying to scrutinize me and find every little thing I do wrong in my life. So you can comment down below. And if that is what gets you going, have at it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See you guys in 2025. Be safe. Happy New Year.